Hare Krishna. Let's begin the session with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So welcome back to what is the beginning of the 16th chapter in terms of beginning the verses. सबको स्वागत है 16वें अध्याय का प्रारंभ आज हम कर रहे इन टर्म्स ऑफ मतलब श्लोका का प्रारंभ हम आज कर रहे हैं। इससे पहले 221 सत्र हमने किया है। So we have conducted 221 sessions of Bhagavad Gita of 40 minutes each, in which we have covered the 15 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. तो 221 सत्रों में हमने 15 अध्याय भगवद गीता को हमने कवर कर लिया है। तो इसमें हमने 15 अवलोकन किया है भगवद गीता का। We have done 15 overviews of Bhagavad Gita. We have also done overview of each chapter. So that is another 15 sessions. 15 sessions हमने 15 सेशंस हमने हर अध्याय का एक एक सत्र ने अवलोकन किया है। So we have done 15 chapter wise overviews also, and all this has been uploaded on YouTube now. The 15th chapter, I think out of the 10 sessions, 4-5 sessions are uploaded already. So we're almost up to date in terms of the uploads. So I'll try to keep it simultaneously going side by side so that we can always revise immediately. So today we'll begin with the first shloka of the 16th chapter. The first 3 shlokas of 16th chapter, Krishna describes divine qualities, those qualities which make a person pious, those qualities that help one progress spiritually. तो पहले 3 श्लोक में कृष्णा हमें सत्व गुण या ऐसे गुणों के बारे में बात करते हैं जो दिव्य गुण कहलाते हैं, जिससे आध्यात्मिक प्रगति आसानी से कर सकते हैं। So we will straight away begin with the projection of this particular shloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhya Dana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yagnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodas Tyagas Shantirapayshunam Daya Bhuteshvalolupvam Bhargavam Rir Achapalam Tejakshama Dhruti Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. So Krishna is enumerating the qualities that are considered to be divine in nature. तो कृष्णा ने यहाँ पे ऐसे गुणों के बारे में उन्होंने एनलिस्ट किया है, मतलब उन्होंने हमें बताया है कि ये गुण these are the qualities that are दिव्य गुण है। And then in the 4th shloka he will talk about the 6 qualities which are considered to be demoniac in nature. तो जो 6 गुण जो आसुरी स्वभाव कहलाता है, उसके बारे में चौथे श्लोक में कृष्ण वर्णन करते हैं. So in this around 16 qualities are covered. यहाँ 16 ऐसे गुणों के बारे में कृष्ण बताते हैं. Totally there are 26 qualities of a pure devotee. एक शुद्ध भक्त के 26 गुण होते हैं. And here Krishna enlists about 16 of them, which enable a person to become pious and to progress spiritually. तो इन गुणों के रहते हुए एक व्यक्ति आध्यात्मिक प्रगति कर सकता है. So we'll slowly go for only for this shloka. We're going to go for the word-to-word meaning because we want to know what these qualities are. So today entire class I'll be covering mostly only these 3 shlokas or even half of it maybe. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha, भगवान ने कहा, Lord said, Abhayam. So Abhayam is fearlessness. तो कोई भय नहीं है. सत्व संशुद्धि, purification of one's existence, अपना अस्तित्व का शुद्धिकरण. ज्ञान, knowledge, ज्ञान. योगा of linking up भगवान और आत्मा और परमात्मा का मेल, the linking of the Lord and the soul. Vyavasthitihi, so he is in the state of knowledge and is linked up with the Lord. Vyavasthitihi. So, Danam, charity, दान करना. Dhamma, controlling the mind. So, दमन, मन का दमन, मन को कंट्रोल में रखना. और next he talks about yajna, performance of sacrifice. तो यज्ञ करना, होम यज्ञ करना. स्वाध्याय, the study of literature, Vedic literatures, study of Krishna conscious literatures, कृष्ण भावनामृत ग्रंथों के बारे में, विषयों के बारे में पढ़ना या सुनना. तपा, austerity. So austerity is to voluntarily take up some difficulties, which enables one to progress spiritually. तो जो स्वयं प्रेरित होके कुछ कष्ट को अपनाना. आर्जवम means simplicity. So simple living, high thinking is what is required for a spiritually oriented person. तो simple living, तो मतलब बहुत ही सरल जीवन भक्ति बिताना. अहिंसा, non-violence. The word Hindi word is ahimsa. किसी को कोई नुकसान ना पहुंचाना, किसी को आतंक नहीं पहुंचाना. सत्यम, truthfulness, सत्यवादी होना. अक्रोध, freedom from anger, freedom from excessive anger, freedom from materialistic anger we're talking of. Because anger can be used spiritually also, like Lord Hanuman. Hanuman used anger and burnt Lanka. So that was a devotional service. So their anger is not a material quality. That is a spiritual quality. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry against Jagai Madai. This is a spiritual quality. He wanted the benefit of Jagai Madai. His anger was like the anger of a parent. The anger of a parent cannot be called as material quality because he is wanting good for the child. But the platform may be material. Because the closest thing that can come to love of God is love of parents and especially the mother. So when the mother becomes angry, so she is becoming angry for the benefit of the child. Otherwise, material angry means you become angry because you lost something, somebody did something to you, you got disturbed. There was a loss for you. That is material anger. So what we are talking about here is Krodha is of a spiritual nature, of a pious nature, meaning good for others. And Akrodha here means not to be angry unnecessarily. So we have a very famous bhajan, Akaroda Paramananda Nityananda Ram. So Nityananda, very tolerant he was. He would not get angry in terms of material jurisdiction. Then, Tyagaha, renunciation. One of the opulences of Krishna is Tyaga, renunciation. तो वही अंश हमें हमारे अंदर भी होना चाहिए. We should also possess this renunciation quality. In fact, Gnana Vairagya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jnana and Vairagya are the two qualities that are required for somebody to be called as spiritual. तो अगर किसी में ज्ञान, आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान और वैराग्य, भौतिक वस्तुओं के प्रति वैराग्य नहीं है, तो he is not a spiritualist. He is not Krishna conscious. He is not fully Krishna conscious. So त्यागः, शान्तिर्, शांति, to remain tranquil, peaceful. So अशांतस्य कुतः सुखम्. So you see, a spiritually oriented person is always happy. Why? Because he is always peaceful. Ashantasya kuta sukham. Krishna is telling a person is not in peace with himself, he will never experience happiness. Then another word, apaishunam. Apaishunam is aversion to fault finding. दूसरों में गलतियां निकालना, ये क्वालिटी उसके अंदर नहीं है. He sees good in everything. He accommodates every situation and every person. Apaishunam. So he will not even blame his circumstances. So this apaishunam means he doesn't find fault in circumstance. Why are you not chanting Prabhuji ye hai, Prabhuji wo hai? He doesn't blame circumstances. He does what has to be done. Then Daya, mercy. 4 regulative principles that we follow. One of the regulative principles is no meat eating. It is based on Daya. Daya also can be extended to the other living entities. The real Daya is, the real mercy is to feel sorry for a person who is not Krishna conscious and try to bring him to the path of Krishna consciousness. That is the greatest mercy somebody can show. Then Bhuteshu, Daya Bhuteshu. So he is merciful only to his relatives, to himself, to his loved ones? No. Daya Bhuteshva, for all living entities. हर जीव के लिए दया दिखाता है, इसलिए मांसाहार नहीं खाता है, जीव का हिंसा नहीं करता है. जैसे कि मृगारी, once he was initiated by Narad Muni, he would not walk, he would jump, क्योंकि वो देख के कूद के चल रहा था. क्यों? क्योंकि वो देख रहा था नीचे कोई चींटी तो नहीं है, अगर कोई चींटी दिखता तो वो जंप करता, उसके ऊपर चढ़ता नहीं. तो जो मृगारी, जो एक हंटर था, तो उसका परिवर्तन हो गया ऐसे नारद मुनि की कृपा से कि वो अभी चींटी को भी हानि नहीं पहुंचाना चाहता. Freedom from greed. So yesterday we were talking about the 3 gateways to hell. The 3 gateways to hell are lust, anger, and greed. So here you see aloluptvam. So aloluptvam means not being greedy for material things. Of course, we have to be greedy for spiritual things. In fact, the one quality that is required for rapid spiritual progress, एक अगर कोई गुण हमारे अंदर होना चाहिए जिससे हम तेजी से आध्यात्मिक प्रगति कर सके, वो गुण है we must be love, we must have love, we must have intense greed, intense desire to progress spiritually. देखिए, so that's why material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. Whatever is required there, in the opposite manner it is there here. And here, the opposite character, like greed for spiritual progress, greed for material progress. Greed for spiritual progress will take us fast towards Krishna. Greed for material progress will take us rapidly away from Krishna. Krishna से दूर लेके जाएगा. So, laulyam is required for spiritual matters. Aloluptvam is required against spiritual matter, against material matters. Then the word used is Mardhavam. So Mardhavam is gentleness. So Mardha, in the material world, we talk about Mardani, Mardhangi, Shaurya. Somebody is able to suppress somebody, Mardangi. Here we are talking about Mardhavam. Mardhavam का मतलब हमने what is the meaning with the word gentleness. तो सौम्य स्वभाव का होता है. Very modest. तो very humble. तो दैन्य भाव वो रखता है. अचार बलम, determination. So you see the word. So chapala means actually desire. Achapalam. So somebody had asked me this question. So chapala means desire. How is achapalam? Determination. Achapalam should be the opposite of chapala. So we are not talking of chapala. It is chapala. So you see Sanskrit, the dirgha makes a lot of difference. Chapala is desire. Chapala, achapala is determination. So we must be very careful. That's why these diacritic marks are very important. Many times we come across slokas without the English transliteration, without diacritic marks. So we can make a lot of mistakes if we don't have diacritic marks. So this is by the international standards. The diacritic marks has been used in all Prabhupada's texts. Tejaha must have vigor. Vigor for what? It's not for vigor for material achievements. Vigor for spiritual progress. Kshama, forgiveness. So we're talking about what एक तो धमा था sense control और एक क्षमा forgiveness, quality of forgiveness, quality of tolerance. Dhriti, he fortitude. He is not getting disturbed by material ups and downs or people trying to brainwash him to get him out of spiritual life. Like sometimes when we get into the spiritual life early, there are some so-called good wishing friends, relatives who say, this is not the age. Why are you getting into this now? ये उम्र नहीं है ये सब करने का. 50 साल के बाद आपको ये सब करना है. वो खुद 50-60 साल के होते हैं. और जब उनसे हम पूछते हैं कि आप 50 साल के हो, आप ये सब कर रहे हो, जैसे अभी समय नहीं, अभी तो हम जवान हैं. So nobody is going to become old mentally at least. They don't want to acknowledge. तो ये बाद में का किस्सा खत्म करना है. प्रहलाद महाराज बोल रहे हैं कौमारम आचरित प्राज्ञः. Prahlad Maharaj is telling us already that we are already very late. They are in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. We are already late.
The
Actually,
microphone is on actually. Give me just.
study should have begun very long back at 5 years of age. 5 साल की आयु में हमें ये सब प्रारंभ करना था. तो हम में से किसी ने भी शायद नहीं किया होगा. Because the culture you have come up with is that unless we are very fortunate and there were some spiritual activities in the house to some extent. Then, शौचम, cleanliness. तो शुद्ध रहना बाहर और अंदर और बाहर दोनों तरीके से शुद्ध रहना. अद्रोहो, freedom from envy, is not envious. तो ईर्ष्या नहीं रखता है किसी के ऊपर. The reason why we are in the material world is because of we had ईर्ष्या over Krishna. We had jealousy, enviousness over Krishna. अब कृष्णा से मतलब कृष्णा जो एंजॉय कर रहे थे उसको देख के जल गया. ईर्ष्या पैदा हो गया हमारे अंदर. तब हमें इस भौतिक जगत में आना पड़ा. तो नातिमानिता. Manita, one who is always expecting honor. Na manita, one who is not expecting honor. Na atimanita, one who is not expecting great honor for him. जो भी कार्य करेगा तो वो फेसबुक में डालेगा. Because everybody is wanting some appreciation. Here it is telling, na manita. He is not going to make a show of his spiritual life. Bhavanti sampadam. So, to have these qualities, to become one with these qualities. Bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya. So, so the transcendental divine qualities, divya guna, उसके अंदर पैदा होगा when he is trying to become pious. And a person who is pious has all these qualities. So it was a long shloka, and the purport also is equally long. So we'll try to do some part of the purport in today's session. So in the beginning of 15th chapter, the banyan tree of the material world was explained. तो 15 अध्याय में हमने एक अश्वत्थ वृक्ष के बारे में कृष्ण बात करते हैं जो भौतिक जगत का प्रतीक है. एंड देयर आर वेरियस रूट स्टेम्स, उनका शाखा और उनका जो बेर थे, उनका फल, उनका फूल, all this means different things material, which we discussed in the 15th chapter already. So the extra roots coming out of it were compared to activities of living entities. जो शाखाएं आ रहे थे, the roots that were coming were all related to material activities. According to Vedic rites, activities in the mode of goodness are considered auspicious for the path of liberation. बार बार हमने इसके बारे में discussion किया है. We have discussed this time and again of how these qualities of which are in the mode of goodness, सत्व गुण के जो गुण हैं, जो qualities हैं, तो उससे क्या होगा? Considered auspicious for the progress in path of liberation. तो मोक्ष प्राप्त करने के जो पथ है उसमें तेजी से प्रोग्रेस करने के लिए हमें ये सारे गुण चाहिए. Such activities are known as देवी प्रकृति. तो प्रकृति is good quality, मतलब सत्व गुण is good qualities, but we want to progress towards शुद्ध सत्व गुण. शुद्ध सत्व गुण is that guna that takes us onto the spiritual platform and keeps us there. तो शुद्ध सत्व वो गुण है जो हमें आध्यात्मिक स्तर पे लेके जाएगा और वहां पे हमें रहने के लिए प्रोत्साहन देगा तो या सहायक होगा. So Devi Prakriti is transcendental nature. So the whole chapter is divine qualities, demonic qualities. The whole chapter we're going to discuss about divine qualities, demonic qualities. So first the enlistment has happened, and then the descriptions will happen by Krishna in the later shlokas. For those who are acting on the modes of passion and ignorance, there is no possibility of liberation. जो रजोगुण में है, जो तमोगुण में है, उनको मोक्ष का लाभ नहीं मिलने वाला. जो सत्वगुण में है वो मोक्ष का तत्व है, और जो शुद्ध सत्व में है वो परम मोक्ष का हकदार बनता है. So very clearly Prabhupada is mentioning here that unless somebody comes to the platform of सत्व गुण के स्तर पर जब तक कोई नहीं आएगा आध्यात्मिक विषयों के बारे में, उसको समझ में नहीं आएगा, वो उसमें लगेगा भी नहीं. So there has to be some spiritual spark that will bring him to mode of goodness, and then from there he has to progress to the mode of pure goodness, that is शुद्ध सत्व. So और एक शब्द यहाँ पे उपयोग हुआ था, Prabhupada explains that the word अभिजातस्य. तो अभिजातस्य भवन्ति संपदम अभिजातस्य we talked about. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Why this word has been used by Krishna? So it is in reference of one born of transcendental qualities or godly tendencies, दैवी संपदा. So the divine qualities, abhijatasya, one who is born with or one who has acquired. So, and then he enlisted the qualities. To beget a child in a godly atmosphere, in various scriptures known as गर्भधान संस्कार. तो संस्कार हमारे कंसेप्शन से पहले भी संस्कार होता है. सो संस्कार केवल हमारे जन्म होने के बाद ही नहीं होता है. माँ बाप का ये मतलब ये दायित्व है. It is the duty of the parents to start the samskara not from the birth of the child, even before the birth of the child. even before the child is conceived, the sanskara should start. First of all, they should be following it. पहले तो उनको फॉलो करना चाहिए। और जब बच्चे का इच्छा होता है, the desire to have children is there, so they must begin with even before conception certain activities. So, and they must acquire certain qualities. So that is what is being talked about here. It's called as Garbhadhana Samskara. So earlier, sex life was considered to be a very sacred act. And Krishna himself tells that Dharma aviruddha kamosmi. So that which is not against religious principles, that sex life, that is me. It means that is the sacred position of sex life. But in the modern world, it has become a matter of sense gratification and the whole cause of material bondage of a living entity. पूर्ण तरीके से काम का भावना ही लैंगिक कार्य से ही कोई व्यक्ति इस भौतिक जगत में बंधा हुआ, वरना वो कार्य it is supposed to be Krishna himself. As Krishna is saying that is me, he is giving, वो दर्जा दे रहा है कृष्णा उस क्रिया को। लेकिन भौतिक दुनिया में विकृति हो गया है, there is pervertedness. That's why that which is sacred has become a perverted act. That perverted is that which is going to take us away from Krishna and godliness. So if the parents want a child in the godly qualities, they should follow the 10 principles of the human being. तो 10 ऐसे जो लक्षण हैं, जो मतलब गतिविधियां हैं, जो माता पिता को फॉलो करना चाहिए गर्भदान संस्कार से पहले ही। और गर्भदान संस्कार के लिए प्रपाद से ईच ऑफ द पेरेंट, माता और पिता को 50 माला जपा करना चाहिए, तब उनको लैंगिक क्रिया में लगना चाहिए और उसको एक दैवी कार्य समझ के to consider it as a Krishna conscious activity, because the aim is to produce Krishna conscious children. Otherwise, the kind of children that will be born is called Varna Sankara, unwanted population. Those who become burden for the society, antisocial elements. That is how they are created. So you see how deep the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is. It's not simply a book of religion, a book that teaching us about religious values. केवल मतलब religious values के बारे में ही नहीं सिखाता भगवद गीता. It deeply talks about human values, deeply talks about those values that a human being must possess, and a human being is one who is Krishna conscious. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would say, one who does not chant 1 lakh names of the Lord daily. मतलब अगर कोई 64 माला हरे कृष्ण मंत्र नहीं करता है, वो मनुष्य ही नहीं है, इज नॉट एट ऑल ए ह्यूमन बीइंग. हम कितने माला करते हैं? 16 माला, वो भी बहुत मुश्किल से. वो 16 माला करने के लिए 4-5 साल लगा देते हैं, और वहां आने के बाद कभी कभी अप्स एंड डाउन हो जाता है. तो सस्टेन विद 16 राउंड्स इज अ वेरी बिग थिंग फॉर अस. What is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur telling? We are doing 25,000 names of the Lord every day by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, around that much. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling, if you don't chant 1 lakh names of the Lord every day, you are not a human being. मतलब उनके डेफिनेशन के हिसाब से हम मनुष्य है ही नहीं, हम अभी भी असुरी स्वभाव के लोग हैं. But then what should be done now? Having known this, but our spiritual master is so merciful. प्रभुपाद जी इतने मर्सीफुल है, दयालु है, कि उनको पता है 1 लाख नाम कृष्णा का अगर हम किसी को बताएंगे, 64 माला करो किसी को बताएंगे, तो आध्यात्मिक मतलब कार्यों में प्रवेश ही नहीं करेगा. You will never get associated with us, or you will never get associated with the temple and services. You will go far away from it. 16 माला सुनते ही बहुत सारे लोगों का मतलब हृदय कांपने लगता है. 16 माला 2 घंटे, इतना समय कहाँ है? और भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर ये बोल रहे. So Prabhupada knew that Gaur Kali Yuga is coming, and current crop of devotees or disciples who are going to come out, they will not be able to manage 64 rounds. They made it 16 round, but ये minimum है. हमें ये समझना चाहिए 16 माला, ये कम से कम 16 माला हमें करना चाहिए. So the 10 principles of human being, the 10 the sanskaras, the sanskaras must be given. 10 ऐसे संस्कार है जो हर अभिव्यक्ता को अपने शिशु को, अपने बच्चों को देना चाहिए. So the social institution known as Varnashrama Dharma is not meant to divide human society according to birth. तो जो वर्ण और आश्रम जो हमारे वेद ग्रंथ में हम पाते हैं, हमारे सनातन संस्कृति में पाते हैं, इट्स ऑन अ मटेरियल प्लेटफॉर्म. वर्ण आश्रम इज ऑन मटेरियल प्लेटफॉर्म. इट्स ए क्लासिफिकेशन बेस्ड ऑन गुणा, टेंडेंसी. तो गुण और प्रकृति के आधारित पे ये विंगडन हुआ है. But there is this classification. It is not based on birth, like how it was prevalent about few 100 years ago, where it got perverted and the caste Brahmana system started. Brahmana by birth. So in the early Vedic time, there's nothing called Brahmana by birth. Why? Because Shastra is telling कि कलौ शूद्र संभवः. तो at birth in Kali Yuga, everybody is a Shudra. कोई भी ब्राह्मण बन के पैदा नहीं होता है. तो this caste Brahmanism is a fallacy. Brahmanism is a samskara which has to be acquired by certain activities. It is not going to happen by birth. You can be fortunate to be born in a Brahmana's family. So Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri are the four you can say fortunes that a person can have. Good birth, born in an aristocratic family, born in a good pious family, born in a family which can afford good education. Shruta, Shri, born in a family which has good wealth, because of which some dana dakshina can be done and he can progress spiritually. So this quality, they were based on the qualities. तो किसी को भी ब्राह्मण बनने का मौका दिया जाता था हमारे सनातन संस्कृति में. But later on it became like ब्राह्मण का बेटा ब्राह्मण. It's like saying doctor's son is doctor. Doctor's son has a good chance of becoming doctor, but simply because he is the son of a doctor, he cannot be called as a doctor. तो वैद्य का बेटा वैद्य ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं होता है. उस बेटे को वैद्य बनने का जो अवधान है, द फैसिलिटी है, वो इजीली मिलेगा अगर वो चाहेगा. लेकिन क्योंकि बिकॉज द फादर इज अ डॉक्टर, क्योंकि पिता वैद्य है, ऑटोमेटिकली उसको वैद्य नहीं बोल सकते पुत्र को. तो अगर वो वैद्यकीय या विश्वविद्यालय ज्वाइन करेगा, he joins a university, medical university, studies there under a professor, and then comes out in flying colors, then he can be called as a doctor. That is also sanskara. Sanskara means what? Sanskara is activities to acquire some qualities, to acquire some pious qualities. So that is also a sanskara. We study in medical college, but that's the material sanskara. That is for material acquisitions. So such divisions are in terms of educational qualifications. So विद्याभ्यास, so earlier in सनातन धर्म हर एक को विद्याभ्यास करने का मौका दिया जाता है, और उस विद्याभ्यास के दौरान गुरु ये देखता था इस शिष्य का क्या प्रवृत्ति है, क्या गुण है, और उसके आधार पे उसको कुछ चीजें सिखाता था. हर किसी को हर तरह का चीजें नहीं सिखाते थे. Everybody today is in the rat race. Whatever people you ask, they say, I want to be engineer, I want to be doctor. इसके अलावा कुछ जानते ही नहीं. Because the society has driven them like that. So, डॉक्टर बनने से इतना पैसा मिलेगा, इंजीनियर बनने से उतना पैसा मिलेगा, ऐसा ऐसा है नहीं. बट ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर बनोगे तो ऐसा होगा, easy money is there. It's not like that in all cases. It all depends on that person also. There are many software engineers who are not doing well. There are many doctors who don't have good practice. There are many doctors who are doing very well in their life, who are doing good money also. There are many doctors, and not all doctors are behind money. There are a lot of doctors who are doing social service, who are doing free treatments. There are many engineers who are doing work in charity. For example, we have some engineers in our own temple who who do consultation duties free of cost. So I know some engineers like that. So not everybody is behind money, and money is not everything. So they are to keep the society in a state of peace and prosperity. ये जो वर्णाश्रम सिस्टम था सनातन धर्म में जो होना चाहिए था, अब it is meant for keeping the state in peace and tranquility, शांति और व्यवस्था बना रखने के लिए ये प्रावधान था. Of course, today it is not there because there is no varna and ashrama that is being followed, and whatever is being followed is bogus system, which is a perverted system. So sannyasi, or the person in renounced order of life, is considered to be the spiritual master of all social status. तो सन्यासी का जो दर्जा है, यति, the status of yati is the topmost of the states in the varna ashrama system. आश्रम का वो अंतिम पड़ाव है. So he is like the guide for all the other ashramas and the varnas. तो ये गुण उसके अंदर होना चाहिए, तब वो सन्यासी बनने के लायक होता और उनके गुरु उनको सन्यास देते. नॉट लाइक टुडे वोटेड इन सन्यासीस. आपको सुन के आप हैरान होंगे कि आज एक सिस्टम है हमारे बाकी इस्कॉन मंदिरों में, वोटेड इन सन्यासीस, जो वोट के आधार पे सन्यासी बनते हैं, जो वोट के आधार पे गुरु बनते हैं. सच can say that complete hodgepodge of what Sanatana Dharma was supposed to be giving us. So I don't want to go much into that. We will mind our own business because we are in the right company where we consider Srila Prabhupada as our Acharya. And we consider him as our Diksha Guru. So a Brahmana is considered to be spiritual master of the three sections of a society. So जो वर्ण में ब्राह्मणा है तो वो भी संस्कार और बाकी जो वर्ण है बाज के आश्रमों में वो फैलाने में उसका कार्य होता है. It was his duty to do that. So we've been able to cover a part of this particular set of 3 shlokas per words. अगले सत्र में हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे, which is most probably going to be next Monday. And from tomorrow, our Srila Prabhupada Ashraya classes will begin for various levels. Thank you for joining me today. Please be present for the next session also. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri